There is a level of mistrust between police and community, and finding ways, and body camera footage is part of that. It adds to that mistrust.
Body cameras were hailed as transparency and accountability for law enforcement, but one advocacy group argues it's done quite the opposite. An I-9 investigation found police often are the only ones who control what body camera footage you, the public, get to see.
And we have found inconsistent practices, showing law enforcement picking and choosing what to release and when. KCRG TV9's Brian Tabak joins us now live.
Body cameras only increase transparency with police if the public get to see it. But increasingly, Iowa law enforcement agencies are delaying or outright denying our open records request to see the footage. They often cite an exemption for police investigative records. But in some cases, the investigations are over and police have selectively released video within days of an incident. When prosecutors declared 3 Fort Dodge police officers justified in shooting and killing a 24-year-old man this past March, the report cited body camera video to help understand the officers' actions. But when we requested the video after the report, police refused to release it for the public to see for themselves. They cited an exemption for police investigative files, even though the investigation is over. We asked the department to explain. They never responded. Fort Dodge is far from alone. It's the same reason University of Iowa police gave us for not releasing video of the arrest of protesters outside Kinnick Stadium last December, despite prosecutors dropping charges in the case. Cedar Rapids police have refused to release body camera footage from a New Year's Day chase and shooting. Our I-9 investigation looked at policies of police departments, all of which said the decision to release body camera footage is up to law enforcement.
I don't think that one person, a police chief, should be able to make that decision in a vacuum. No way.
Anthony Arrington is a founding board member of the Advocates for Social Justice, a Cedar Rapids group calling for law enforcement reforms. He says making police body camera footage more readily available would help the public's understanding of incidents.
I can't think of an incident where if we have body cam footage to demonstrate guilt or innocence or to protect police officers and the community, why we wouldn't use it.
One example Arrington points to is this, the 2016 traffic stop of Jeremy Mitchell. Dash camera video shows Mitchell resisting arrest and then trying to drive away. The Cedar Rapids police officer shot and wounded Mitchell, leaving him paralyzed. The video came out weeks after the shooting and only after a grand jury had cleared the officer.
Clearly showed an example of footage where somebody was not a threat, not a violent threat to the officers, and the officers shot the man.
And that's how we found police handle most body camera footage, releasing it only after an investigation is finished. We've been waiting more than 6 weeks for body camera footage or any other detail from an April 6th Cedar Rapids shooting that left one man dead and another wounded. Major Chad Colston with the Linn County Sheriff's Office says video isn't released right away to protect sensitive information during an investigation.
Any case that we take to court is going to be a fair trial. You know, evidence, any other evidence, we're not going to throw out there to everybody and say, here's our evidence and here's what we have. That's to be decided at court.
Major Colson says during or after trial, body camera footage becomes a public record.
Once the case is over, then at that point that video could become public, but like I said, sometimes when the case is over, nobody cares about it anymore. Sometimes these cases run, you know, 6 months to a year before they ever reach trial. So, you know, everybody's moved on to the next thing.
But in 2022, it took Cedar Rapids police just a week to release this body camera footage showing William Rich charging at officers with a knife before police shot and killed him. It took another month for prosecutors to rule the shooting justified. At the time, Rich's family and members of ASJ had publicly protested for the video to be released.
Say his name! William Rich!
And after cell phone video showing an Iowa City police officer punching a woman in handcuffs at the Ped Mall went viral in 2022, it took Iowa City police 2 days to release body camera footage showing the woman resisting arrest and grabbing the officer's taser. Executive Director of the Iowa Freedom for Information Council, Randy Evans, says that disparity shows an inconsistency with how police follow Iowa's open records law.
The lawful custodian, presumably as the chief of police, has the authority under the law to to decide that it's in the public's interest, it's in the department's interest to make a video available, they can certainly do that.
Evans points to the accidental shooting of a Burlington mother as a reason police should be required to release body camera footage sooner.
They refused for several years to release the rest of the video. The Iowa FOI Council intervened at the conclusion of the city's defense of a lawsuit that the family filed, and we gained the release of all of the video.
Arrington says until videos like these are made public, it will be hard, particularly for minority communities, to build trust with police.
We're missing the ability to be honestly transparent and release power. But until we have people in power who can leverage those decisions to have authentic discussions about authentic solutions, we're stuck.
By comparison, Minnesota enacted a law last year which requires police to release body camera footage within 2 weeks of an incident where an officer fires their gun or uses force that results in substantial bodily harm. In the studio, Brian Tabbitt, KCRG TV 9 News.